Artists in our beautiful country. Now, one thing that I also love is live comedy, and it's taken the world by storm ever since it started being doing in a stand-up kind of way. But one of the favorite, comedy elements is Marc Lottering's Aunty Merle that has taken the country by storm.
And I'm sure if you've been following him on social media as well, you've seen he posts a lot of pictures as Aunty Merle as well. But this typically one-man show has now been adapted into a full-blown musical. Stage production, lights, music, energy. The cast is breathing life into their characters, and we absolutely love it. The Joburg audiences actually can't get enough of it.
Wow.
Legendary comedian Marc Lottering has been tickling funny bones for over 2 decades with his hit character Aunty Merle. After successful runs in Cape Town and a number of Fleur de Cap Theatre nominations, this production has finally made its way to the City of Gold and will be running at the Joburg Theatre until the 3rd of March. Marc, the character of Aunty Merle has lived on in your productions for years and years, but why the decision to centre an entire play, or musical rather, around her?
I chose this character, Aunty Merle. It's a character which was born 20 years ago when I first started doing my stand-up, and people took to it. So my followers and fans of my comedy, they know this character so well. But Merle, I think, was the most endearing one, I would say. She's the most charismatic character for South Africans. And so I decided I'll write a musical around Aunty Merle.
You mentioned that this character has been around for 20 years now. What inspired her creation?
Wow, I would touch on topics that I know stuff about. I grew up on the Cape Flats, and the character Aunty Merle, I was surrounded by so many strong women. So I knew, the stories they tell, the way in which they speak. And when you become this character and you share it with South African audiences, everyone in the audience points across the country and they say, that's Aunty Merle, or that's our Aunty Merle. So everyone knows a character like Aunty Merle.
What can people expect from this production?
The big difference is, this is not me alone on stage doing stand-up. It's not stand-up comedy, it's very funny, but 14 actors on stage and a live band. It's a real musical. We've run for a year in Cape Town for a good reason.
To get the most out of the storyline and characters, Marc turned to award-winning writer-director Laura Foote, who has blended comedy, choreography, song and social commentary into a very tight show.
Aunty Merle, the musical, has enjoyed successful seasons in Cape Town and a lot of nominations, Fleur de Cap nominations. What has taken it so long to come to Joburg?
So busy in Cape Town. We brought the play back 3 times to the Baxter Theatre. We did over 130 performances, sold out every night. So we've just finished a run there now, our 3rd run, and now we're here in Joburg and we're happy to be here.
Aunty Merle has been such an integral character in Marc Lottering's performances over the years, but for those who aren't familiar with her, who is she and what is she all about?
She's Aunty Merle, she's a woman that we can all relate to, a gossipy, caring, loving, sometimes devious, lovely, lovely woman based very much on women in Marc's life. So we all have an Aunty Merle somewhere in our lives.
What do you want people to take away from this production? How do you want them to feel when they're watching this musical?
It's so current and it's so refreshing to see something coming out of the theatre, a big musical that is about now. The characters are there and alive and we know all of them, and the music's very refreshing. So people should come out feeling good and happy.
I think Marc's genius in writing this piece is that really difficult issues are addressed. Interracial relationships, the poverty gap. These are heavy issues that South Africans grapple with on a daily basis. But the genius of Marc's work is that it's done with complete love and through comedy.
Aunty Merle character, Marc started with this character like 20 years ago. So when people come watch the show, it's actually quite nice to see the actual characters come to life, because Marc's been talking about the husband and the daughter and the neighbor, so that in itself is a major thing to this production.
This thoroughly original South African musical doesn't miss a beat or a chance to make you laugh and runs on the Mandela stage at the Joburg Theatre until the 3rd of March.
Such a warm, relatable, and of course, a funny story told by some of our country's best performers. If you're looking for a theatre production with lots of spectacle and one that's going to give you a lot of laughs, trust me, Aunty Merle the musical will definitely not disappoint. Go check it out.